Good morning, everyone. How are you?
I am here.
We are live from Regina. Still, as of yesterday, officially, as of yesterday afternoon, we are 4 weeks away from departing Regina, our home in Regina, and hitting the road full time for another season. 4 weeks, like wow! I ended up working into the sunset, working on the basket and securing the generator. Yeah, we just decided to have breakfast today. Just 3 minutes.
I wonder why.
3 minutes before the live. So, good morning, everyone. Ford man, I hope you're feeling better.
Kenneth. Yeah. Kenneth's here?
Kenneth is here. Good morning.
Perfect. Good morning, Kenneth.
Nate is here. Land Cloud Adventures.
Morning, Kenny.
Roaming with Ringo. Now, that sounds like somebody new. I don't remember roaming with Ringo.
Remember roaming with Ringo.
You do?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you put them in the file.
Let's see here. Roaming.
The friends chart.
Yeah, is roaming Ringo.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you my story right off the bat, guys. I was a little crazy, but it was fun. I went with my daughter to see Tim Hicks last night at the Regina exhibition. Fantastic. I can't remember the name of the girl that was before that.
Okay, can you hold that thought? Roaming with Ringo, Tim, Mobang with your box, Casey Carr, welcome, 1 bar. We'll hope that it's enough to get you through this live. Mobang, woohoo!
Hi, Tim.
All right, Timmy. You demand,
Tim.
Thank you so much.
Goodness. Tim, you would have been proud of me.
Yeah, did not need a live stream to do shots, I guess.
No.
Shot. I was a good boy.
He was a good boy. He stayed home. But it's my birthday. My birthday month.
Look who's here.
Oh, hey, Neil.
You made it home okay, I'm sure.
Hey, look who's here.
Whoa.
Millie and James. Good morning, guys.
Millie and James. James or
You're
Millie?
looking beautiful, Millie.
Yes.
I seen a picture of her. I think it was on Facebook. Anyway, I commented.
Yeah. And we saw you last night. Whose live was she on? Or they were on. We saw you somewhere yesterday. Yes, it's just been so hectic.
It's been crazy.
4 weeks as of yesterday. 4 weeks, and we're back on the road full time. It seems like I can't remember.
I'm scared because we are I've been babysitting, and thank goodness my daughter is putting Wyatt in daycare 2 weeks earlier than scheduled, because in those 2 weeks before we leave, I'm gonna be busy. Jane Bray and Richard, how are you guys?
Oh, guys, hi. Hey, Amanda's here. Amanda Coro.
Goodish. Honey, I'm sorry. It's self-inflicted, and I put that on you. I'm so sorry because she's got baby.
See, that's the good part of being the designated driver.
Oh.
While they carried on and went to the exhibition,
I
actually did something else. Let me show you what I was doing. I was actually bolting the generator down.
Goodish morning. Yeah, goodish morning. That's pretty much it.
Oh my God, there's more comments are happening here. Let's see. Oh, Paula, good morning.
Good morning, Paula.
I was happy you could make it.
Oh.
And let's see here. I got to go back here. And as you can see, I bolted it right through the bottom. Now, the bottom of the generator. That's the generator. And I put these plates to kind of spread the load because it's just kind of anchored through this corrugated little metal flimsy part of the basket. So I tried to spread it out so it would have a harder time to try to pull it out of there. So it's deceiving because we put also a whole bunch of other security with it. Who wants to see that? Let's look at that.
Do it.
Come on. Down the generator.
They're going to have to fight to get that.
Then a chain.
It's
Look at that
also
chain.
secured with a cable lock. So there's two of them actually to make the circuit, and it locks up not only the generator but also the fuel cans.
What do you think of that setup?
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Good luck for the people that are trying to steal that. I'm just saying.
Timmy Ray, good morning. How are you?
Oh, Timmy Ray, good
welcome.
morning.
So 4 weeks before we head out on the road, and we're gonna have something a little different today. You gotta hang on. In 8 more minutes, we got a surprise.
Amanda said she's glad to see what you're talking about. Yeah, yesterday what he was talking about, what he's doing. Now we can see what he was doing, because when he picked us up from the exhibition yesterday, like last night, what time was it anyway? Around 12? Insane. I've never stayed up that late in a long time. Good morning, Jane. Did you see me? Good morning,
Yes,
Jane?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they kind of crossed paths with Badge on the way they're around. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
They isn't that freaking awesome? Hey,
Badge is so wonderful.
Did you see our last video where Badge helped us put a quick connect for our Blackstone?
Yeah.
So we could quick connect it to the camper propane system.
I'm really glad. I'm actually really glad that it was a small great. It was a great group of people at Palapalooza. But I'm really glad that I was able to spend more time with Al and Badge. I got to know them a lot better. And I'm very thankful for that, because the first Palapalooza, we had just met them. And we didn't really know anybody that was there except for, of course, Paula. So that was fantastic to really get to know them this time.
Yes, Neil, we did pull the trigger. Not quite when we was it the same day we came back? Did we park and then go get the generator right away? Or I think we did.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, we came back a day early.
Yeah,
we did. Yeah, so it didn't take very long. And it was quite interesting because when I was testing the generator to see if it would run the camper, it's like, God, here we are plugged into a 15 amp outlet receptacle. Should be no problem. There was a problem. The generator is not grounded, right? It's got a floating neutral. So you actually have to get a bonding plug to basically tell the generator, or tell the kind of energy electric management system that it's all good. You can take the power. And that took a 5-day delay. So the plugs came in yesterday. I tested it all. Everything works. I was able to dial down our input current, so our shore input current, through the Victron Multiplus inverter charger. And it looks like 14 amps is the number. And that keeps the generator running at about 80%. Because if we go 15 amp, the 2000 watt generator, which basically sustain is 1600, is at pretty much 100% at the red light. It's redlining. So I dialed it down to 14, and it basically just dropped it just below 100%. The red light goes out and she runs perfect. The other thing I noticed too is that I can't start it. Like, I can't plug in the camper and expect to get power to go to the camper in echo mode. I actually have to take it off echo mode, let it wind up, and then it seems like that's what it needs to pass through the transfer switch in the camper. And then once it's passed through and everything's working, then I can put it on echo mode. And so if the load isn't full load, then it will the generator will throttle down to to echo mode. So it's working great, absolutely great. What else do we have here?
You should see what Timmy wrote. Oh, Jane used her data to watch us. Oh, the live or
to watch you two.
Oh, maybe it was at Palapalooza. When we were at Palapalooza, maybe.
Yeah. Let's see. We're just so you know, we're gonna raid Captain Jack after this. Let's see.
Oh,
Tracey kept us well fed. Yes.
You know what? That Blackstone, I love that Blackstone. It reminded me of working with my sister Evelyn in the restaurant. It was so much fun. I tell you, thank you so much, Papa. I'm gonna really love cooking on that thing.
Yeah. Now that Badge seasoned it for us.
Yes, thank you, Badge.
Thank you, Badge. You know, even if you're not here now, you're maybe you'll
Maybe
watch
if
this.
you have a chance.
You have no idea.
When you're traveling, it's hard, and we get it. Like, holy smokes.
Absolutely, this is so true. Mo bang for your box.
Jane,
that's our
resolution 144 save data.
Yeah,
smart.
we can really stretch our 50
Smart.
gigs doing that too, Tim.
Yeah.
Because we watch a lot of YouTube, and 50 gigs if you're on like 1080p, you're gonna go through that pretty darn quick.
Yeah.
Maybe a gig or two a day.
Exactly.
So, so while you're here, don't forget to hit the like button. And what else? Let's see. Of course, we can't see Pirates Cactus. Cactus.
We can't see what it is, but it says what it is.
Yeah. So we are coming to you. So wait a minute. There's more comments. So I know where to go
to get shit and food for Paul. Then Paula. Yeah, because Paula said we were cooking, and I don't know what else was said there. I missed it. Oh, I mean the shot. Oh, the shot and food. Okay. Well, I don't know. I gave all the leftover shots to my daughter, which gets me back to what I was saying earlier. We started with a couple of shots at my daughter's, and then hubby, Christian, dropped me and my daughter off at the exhibition yesterday, and we saw Tim Hicks. And if Amanda can remember, if you're still here, Amanda, the name of the girl that was playing before Tim Hicks.
There you go, Tim.
I don't remember her name, but she was really good, and she's from Manitoba, just the one province over in Canada here. So she was really good. I cannot remember her name though.
Okay, just there's
I'm watching y'all in my shop.
Yeah, so 30 seconds and our surprise is almost here. We're just coming to you live using Starlink. So here's the Starlink map. I don't know if you can notice, but the little satellites are slowly moving.
Got to put your arrow over there.
Yeah, and we are right here, and these are all the satellites that we are talking to right now. So coverage is really not that bad. It seems better up here than it is down in the States, strangely enough.
What time is it?
It is.
Oh, it's 9:14.
It's that time.
It's that time.
So, who's all here?
Me?
All here? Should we see who's here? Let's see if we still got the. We got music, all the wonderful stuff. So, let's just see. We're gonna use this one. And let's see. 6, 5, 4, 2, 1. Who's here? Hey!
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Get my eyes open up.
I know that was great. I didn't finish my story, but it's fine. It was a wild night, put it that way. Wild.
Excellent, Jane. That'll be awesome.
I feel as good as you did, Nate, on Sunday. Put it that way.
That morning after. Oh my goodness.
I was a good boy. I
was
stayed
a good
home.
Boy.
I stayed home and worked on securing that generator.
Yeah.
It's not going anywhere.
I'm jealous of that setup you got. Just because my generator I put in the trailer and have to set up each time. So having it hooked up on the outside like that is really convenient.
Yeah, I just don't know if it, like, the heat comes off the back, which is facing forward of the truck. But I just don't know, with everything crowding on it. I'm sure I'm going to have to move things around and maybe get some airflow around it when we do run.
Yeah, I would guess.
But it's going to be interesting. Like, I can't wait. I tested it yesterday. Everything is good. So if you have any questions about that grounding plug, if you find that your generator just isn't working with your RV, and it's really if you have a transfer switch or some sort of electrical management like surge protection built in, or even an exterior surge protector, it will not pass through the current if you just plug it in. You have to put a grounding plug, a bonding plug that's called, in the other receptacle to actually make it work.
Well, I'm glad we tested Paula's smaller generator at Paulapalooza, because even though it can run my AC, which is why I need it, I learned that the gas tank's not big enough for the full day that I would need, because if I go on a hike that's 6 hours, the AC would cut off on me. So it's always good to test that stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we are today still working on where you tell us where to go. And Nate was mentioning at Paulapalooza that he has a whole bunch of places that he's aware of that that in the northern Michigan Peninsula. So let me see. Let me share my screen here, and we'll go to the Lake of Dreams.
Woo-hoo.
Call it Lake of Dreams Campground Trip. It's just a name. It's just a name for the trip plan. So here we go.
Look at all those dots.
Look at all those dots.
I look at that and I just go, holy cow. Each one.
And
you've already got a whole bunch of dots up on the UP.
Well, the thing is, I don't know.
They're just there to try to drag the route off the main road. It's just trying to pull things off. So that in fact, I got a waypoint that I can throw to the GPS, and it'll take us to this lighthouse, for example, at this point. So probably the best thing is probably to look at Google Map, because we can switch from different views, and it's a little easier to search in Google Maps. So what was your all-time favorite? What was the most awesomest place you went in Northern Michigan? Awesomest. I made it. Awesomest.
Okay, my favorite place won't be the same, and it wouldn't be my recommendation for everybody. But since you asked the question that way, Canyon Falls, which is where I did the cliff jumping. That's why I loved it, because you guys saw me with the skydiving. I really didn't get nervous, but the cliff jumping had my heart just beating, and the cliff in the middle of the river. There? That was on the Upper Peninsula. It's called it's near Marquette, west of it a ways, at a place called Canyon Falls.
Canyon Falls?
Canyon Falls.
Canyon Falls, I think it's called. And even if you don't do the cliff jumping, it's still, if you're near that route, it's still worth stopping. There's a little bit of a hike down to the falls area. It's just a nice, peaceful hike. And then if you're adventurous, or you want to even just watch the people cliff jump, you actually have to go a lot further than what you think the trail is. It still is official trail. It's just not as obvious as the rest. You kind of have to follow the trees. So
okay.
So
but it
just wonderful.
So what we'll do is
it just walks up that path to the big waterfall, and that's where the main trail kind of ends. You'll see a big waterfall. It's not tall, but it does have a lot of water kind of washing over. It's just kind of a peaceful place. And then if you wanted to even watch people cliff jump, I would assume a lot of people are there, although that's more of a July-August thing. So by the time you guys get there, you might, if you want to see the waterfall, but I doubt there would be a lot of people out there doing the cliff jumping, because the water would probably be too cold at that point. The Upper Peninsula in general, a lot of the water activities, once August leaves, it kind of gets to the point, like Pictured Rocks. You've probably heard of that, right?
Yeah.
Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is almost equivalent of a national park. It might even be more well known than some of the national parks. But a lot of people like to go out there and kayak it. But once you hit September, apparently it's just not safe. The water's too cold. The storms get too choppy, that type of thing. So, but if you're now for you guys, if you ask me the question a different way, what's the best thing on the Upper Peninsula, or what not to miss, I would say Mackinac and Mackinac Island.
Mackinac Island.
Yep. If you go out there, it's right where that Mackinac Bridge is, where it connects the Upper Peninsula and the kind of mainland Michigan. If you go all the way to the right of the UP,
right here,
there, Yep.
Ah.
You can either stay where Dream on Wheels usually stays south of the bridge on Mackinac City. I've always stayed north of it at St. Ignace. You can do either one. And then both locations, they have, I think, 2 different ferry companies that I think it's about a $30 ferry ride. You go out to the island, and I don't think I'm hyping it up when I say it's almost magical when you get there, because if you don't know much about Mackinac, there's no cars. It's all horses and bikes.
Oh my goodness.
So over here.
Yep.
Interesting. Look, this little island here, there's a Boondockers welcome there.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe the pins.
It's like a lighthouse.
And there's another one here, Old Mackinac Point Lighthouse. I don't know. Museum open, closes. So yeah. Oh no, hang on. I'm in Google. How can that be?
I don't know.
That is weird that these icons, it looks like the same icons as in Overlander. Boondockers welcome.
It does.
So you say there's a ferry here.
There's a ferry in St. Ignace and
right
Mackinac
there.
City. So basically those two
Ignace.
places, it only takes about 15 minutes for the ferry ride. So they run them about every half hour. Yep.
That's
right. There's where you load on and it takes you across. And that's where they've got the Grand Hotel. Have you ever heard of that?
The Grand Hotel.
The Grand Hotel is one of the places on Mackinac Island that most people go visit. It's got the world's largest front porch. And it's about $1,000 a night to stay there. So you don't want to stay there because it's really fancy. But you can go in as a tourist if you want to go inside. I guess it's $10 now. You can I've always been able to get on the grounds for free. I get different stories now if they've changed that or not. I don't know. But if you do 2 things on Mackinac Island, you go to the Grand Hotel, you see that. And then you go on the other side, more on the right there. You can see it. It's called Arch Rock on the east
right
side
there.
of the island. Yep.
Up right there. Yep.
How do you get there? It looks like it's all like dotted. Oh, the road goes around. Okay.
Anywhere on Mackinac Island, you either got to go by horse or by bike.
Oh.
So I've been a couple times now. The second time I brought my bike, you can. I mean, I if you go there, I just plan to walk a lot, right? The Arch is probably the furthest out you would walk. If you have a bike, I think it's an 8-mile trail all the way around the island. Although I think one of the roads is washed out right now, so I don't think you can go all the way around at this point. But yeah, Mackinac Island. If you've got one thing if you're only got time for one thing on the Upper Peninsula, Mackinac Island, that area, and the other thing it's known for is the Mackinac fudge. I've not tried it because I'm not a sweets guy, but they've got a lot of Mackinac fudge shops. There's a little, I don't want to call it a downtown, but right when the ferry takes you, there's one street where all the horses load people up, and that's where you kind of feel the magic of Mackinac Island, right in there. Yeah. And there's, I want to say that there's like 4 or 5 fudge shops that you can even stand there and watch them make the fudge. So,
cool.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not a fudge sweet kind of person. Either. I mean, I like berries, but I don't,
Let's see if there's actual see if there's any Boondockers welcome on the island.
Ooh,
that would be interesting.
That's zooming.
Oh, look at that.
Well,
there is.
There's a lot of places to stay, but you can't bring a car on the island. It's illegal.
Oh. Well, that's not going to
happen. The only mode of transportation on the island is horse and bicycle or your legs.
So when you go across, then you're basically going across on a bike or walking.
You basically just get on the ferry. I think it's $5 extra if you want to bring a bike. Otherwise, they have a lot of rentals. Right when you get off the ferry, there's like 2 or 3 rental places that specialize that you can rent it half day, full day, an hour, that type of thing.
Nice. Okay.
So it would be like a day trip, honey.
But
It'd be like
yes. You go over in the morning and you come back at sunset or before that, depending on when you're done.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, there's Mackinac Island.
Okay.
This is a different one. This is a different island. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know if a whole lot of stuff is on that one though. I don't even think ferries run to that one. I think they only run to Mackinac Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of times they don't put like for Boondockers Welcome, they don't put the pin exactly where it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't. But that's
But
kind
yeah,
of neat.
Mackinac Island's it's almost its own little city out there. They've even got a small private airport. So
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Because you think there's a lot of people with a lot of money out on that island. When you go there and see the houses and the visitors, like I said, that Grand Hotel is, I think, $1,000 or more a night. So there's a lot of people with a lot of money that go up there and vacation. And I mean, it's beautiful. I know why, I can see why they do it. But for those of us not willing to shell out $1,000 a night, we can go ferry across for $30 round trip, enjoy the day, and then come back to your normal campsites that you're kind of used to. So
sorry to say,
right on.
So
okay.
So let me throw one more.
Oh, good morning, Sue. Sorry. Good morning, Sue. We just gotta say good morning to a couple people here.
Yeah, lucky dog. We're just getting so in Rob and Jan Can Van.
Oh, hi guys.
Awesome. I'm backing up here in the chat. Okay, so Rob and Jan, thank you. Hey guys. Not sure where you guys are.
Sue said the upper.
We'll tell you where to go. Oh, is this G-rated? Yeah. So far it is. That's what Friday nights are for.
Yeah, but you know what? It's okay. We know you guys.
Because someone said Michigan. Yes,
yeah.
Carol. Well, welcome. Yes, we're 4 weeks away from leaving our home in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada, and getting back on the road full time, where we're going to be going east through Michigan all the way to the East Coast, and then down through the States and down Baja to our property, which we expect to get to probably by December. Lucky Dog production moderator Sue, welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. Who else do we have here? Lots of Lucky Dog. The movie Somewhere in Time was filmed in Mackinac. There we go.
Oh, I didn't know
Mackinac
that.
Island.
Nate, did you know that?
It doesn't surprise me though. I'm sure it's used for a lot of stuff like that. It's magnificent. It really is. There's a reason it's not so much.
I guess the concern I would have is what do we do with the dogs? We have to leave our like the idea of leaving the camper out of sight for that long.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. I basically got my tickets for the ferry. I fed the dogs, took them out, and I did not do a full day. I basically get back. I try to do 6 hours, 6, 7. I try not to go longer than that with the dogs, but that's what I did. I think my trips out there were about 6 hours round trip, so about 4 hours on the island actually.
Okay, but did I miss something? You didn't take the dogs with you?
I did not.
Okay.
I left the dogs in the trailer. You with the size of your guys' dogs, you could take them, I believe, on the ferry and just take them with you. I think you'd be fine.
That would be my question, because I have, that backpack that carries dogs.
Mm-hmm.
I have that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then if my dogs were smaller, that's what I would be doing. So you could bring them with you for the day. Yeah.
Yeah. So this roaming with Ringo. Oh, go back to that for a sec. So do we have to be careful, Nate?
Was almost abducted on Mackinac Island, or somewhere else, maybe. So the thing about Mackinac Island, it's like even me with my bike that can be quite expensive if I had to replace it. I didn't buy it, but it's a nice bike. That's one place I'm willing to just lay it anywhere. I don't care about security because you're on an island. They're not going to go anywhere with it. And quite frankly, nobody has a car, so it's not like they can take it, throw it in a car, and speed off. So as far as I know,
well, where did you leave
Mackinac
your
Island,
car,
as far as I know, is a pretty safe place.
Yeah.
Well, but your car and RV stayed back in
on the mainland. Yeah.
Yep, I stayed once at that the Straight State Park. I stayed there, and then there was another one. There was a private RV park that I stayed, and I don't know. I felt safe at both of them. The area in Michigan that you got to be careful about is more down in the very southern part in the Detroit area. That's where they have a lot of crime. As far as I know, I'm not a Michigan expert,
I'm
okay.
gonna be late. Sorry, guys, I gotta go. I have an appointment, but
all right. See ya. Good to meet you, Tracey.
So here I'm going to turn this.
Turn back.
Yeah. So that is cool. So in other words, you kind of left your camper at a campground and then took your bike to the ferry.
Or my SUV. I did one each way. One day I took the bike, the other trip I took the SUV and parked it. It's part of the round trip cost. So can I do something, Christian? Because I mean, I want to know in chat, rather than me just telling you everywhere, in chat, if you guys are familiar with Michigan and the Upper Peninsula, what are areas that you suggest or points of interest that you've seen or heard about? I might be able to talk about them. I can tell you about a few others, but I'm curious because there's some people that I think have traveled up there as well. But everybody is saying, yeah, Mackinac Island. Anybody that's been through there knows about Mackinac Island. So now when you guys go, you're going through the UP down to, you're going down to Merrill, Michigan and leaving from Merrill, aren't you? So you will go across the Mackinac Bridge.
Right. So we're leaving the first week of September. So we have a whole 2 weeks that we're going to blast off. Here, let's go on this one. So we're going to blast out of Regina, and we're actually not going to spare the fuel. We're going to have long days just to get to northern Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a big push the first day. So we're leaving actually Friday afternoon like we did for Apollo-Palooza. And so we're gonna leave on Friday to position ourselves near the border, so we'll be in Weyburn, and then we'll be crossing the border Saturday morning, and then making a long run. I think it's 600 miles to somewhere in northern Minnesota. And so we're positioning ourselves. Then we're just a little hop away, and then we're going to meander northern Michigan for a couple of weeks, staying at Blue Ducker's Welcome.
Well, I'll have to keep in touch with you closely because I'll be leaving around that time, but I don't have exact plans, and I don't think I will. But I have to address one comment from Sue of Lucky Dog Productions because I almost forgot about this. Not why I mentioned Mackinac Island. One of the times on Mackinac Island, I did a live stream. I tried to live stream from the Grand Hotel to the arch that I was just showing you about, but my internet went bad. So I had to go back into like the ferry area to get my internet, or maybe there was construction. And there were, I think 3 ladies who had just come off their carriage ride around the island on the horses, and they had been having some beverages, and they were, let's just say they were overly friendly with me. And everybody always remembers that live. And in fact, if I go back to the analytics of that live, that 3 minutes spikes really high and then goes back down because everybody goes and wants to see those ladies basically flirting with me.
Okay.
Yes, very handsy.
Okay. So you almost got abducted by the 3 ladies.
Oh, is that okay? That's what they were talking about. Yes. Okay. I'm on. I was like, no, it's a fairly safe island. Yes, they were very aggressive almost, but it was fun. And
very
so
hands-on. Okay, Sue.
Yes. And so I saw a couple other comments in here. If you want to pull your map up, I see Sue saying Whitefish Point in the Shipwreck Museum, and I also see it might have been her as well saying Taquaminen Falls. I would recommend both if you're up in that area. If you're not going that way.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Let's search that. What is it called?
So just go to your map and I'll kind of show you where it's at because it's on the kind of the upper tip. So you might actually have a point on close to one of them. If you scroll in, the point north of where we were just talking about, that blue dot right there. What's that? That's right. Yep, that's Whitefish Point. Well, it's actually a little bit north of that. But Whitefish Point in the Shipwreck Museum is, yep, you see it right up there, right on that coast. And I had been told of it, but I didn't really give myself enough time. It's actually a really cool museum. And that tip is that Lake Superior up there, I think? It's the biggest of the Great Lakes. That place is before modern navigation was notorious, and there's a ton of shipwrecks that happened up there. That's what that coast is known for. And then just southwest of there, if you do go up there, an absolute spot that you have to stop right there. If you see right in the middle of the map where it says Lower Falls, that's Taquaminen Falls. There's an upper and a lower falls. I believe it's the is it the Lower Falls? They're both worth seeing, but there's one that's just really well known. Maybe it is the Lower Falls, but it's also known as Root Beer Falls. I was actually showing Paula pictures of it the other day because it almost looks like root beer coming over the falls, and it's a massive waterfall. It moves. It's not high, but it's wide, and it moves a lot of water. Yep, there you go. You see that picture right there? That's what everybody goes through to see. That falls right there. And it really is. It's majestic. So if you go that route, if you have time to go to Taquaminen Falls and the Whitefish Point, it's definitely worth it if you have time. You're also getting out in a very rural area where you don't have a lot of signal, but with your guys' Starlink, you probably would be fine.
Here's the Upper Falls right here.
Yeah, that's for some reason I was thinking it's the Upper Falls that has the biggest one that everybody goes to, but both of them are really pretty. And they're not really, it's a little bit of a hike, but they're not maybe a mile each way. They're not terrible hikes.
Yeah. Cool. So we're tagging these differently. These ones here are Boondocker Welcome approximate locations. But for where people tell us where to go, we actually use we save it as a want to go. So it has a green flag instead. So we know that those are places of interest and that we should probably go see. And then once we've actually been to a place, then we change it to favorite.
Gotcha.
So that is cool. Yes. As you can see, I was exploring through Google Maps and seeing how far the road goes. And if we just waiting for this there to refresh. Yeah, see, somehow I was playing over here. And I just put this 18 pin here. There we go. See, we have the falls there.
Yep. No. Oh, and Sue says she's, where was that at? Something to Fitzgerald. The Edmund Fitzgerald was the biggest ship that got lost before the navigation came in, got better, I guess. But yeah, there's a whole room with the Edmund Fitzgerald when it basically, it went down. So now if you go to your point 17, you have point 17 on the map. When you went by there, I just happened to see it. That's almost exactly where I stayed for 2 or 3 weeks, right on that lake. So yeah, Lake I forget the name of it, but yeah, Muskalong or something. And the really cool thing about that whole shoreline, and that's why I was grabbing right before, you might want to do it or Google it, but Uperlite rocks, that's where you find them on that shoreline between Whitefish Point and Grand Marais. Any of those beaches, you go out with a black light at night and you look for these rocks that glow red. I can't show you right now because it's light. But like this one right here, this little rock, at night, if you put black light on it, it just has this magnificent red glow that I don't even think I have the black light near me anyways. But that's one thing. If you're staying a couple days there, go out at night along the beaches if you have a black light, I guess. And those can be kind of expensive. I think mine cost me $80 to do it, but I was there for a few weeks. So that's the other thing that shoreline is known for, is those Uperlite rocks.
That is so cool.
Yep. There's other rocks up there. I forget what type they are, like Grand Marais right there. That's kind of the last, and it's not a very big town, but it's kind of the last town that you can really even buy groceries in for a long time. So don't leave there without at least some groceries. But that beach up there, I remember there were a lot of rock hounds up there looking in the water, I think for agates.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very cool. That is very cool.
I think there's a lighthouse there too, but that is one thing while you're on the UP, keep an eye out and take pictures of all those lighthouses, because there's a ton of them.
Yeah, I mean, you can easily do, and same thing in the Maritimes. You can do a tour, just touring lighthouses.
Yeah, I was tempted to, but I wanted to see too many other specific things.
Let's see what comes up here. See, there's these are all the attractions. So I clicked on the filter here to sightseeing and landmarks.
And that
So,
Owl Sable Lighthouse that I see the picture of, that's actually part of the Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. So I did a live stream from there, actually, because you can get a decent signal. It's like one of the only places, yep, right there. It's not that beautiful of a lighthouse, but it's a beautiful view of the lake out there. So I think it was like a 2-mile hike to get in there, though.
I've reached the maximum amount of waypoints for a trip. Can you believe that?
Your trip is over. Now you're gonna have to start being really selective of what you had.
Yeah, well, now we're gonna have to. I've got a lot of them that are just placeholders to jam the route to go through a certain place.
Oh,
So
right. To keep.
So I'll have to go out and go back and kind of remove a lot of those, and put them actually at places to see and go. And not just like here. This is just 21 is just here to see if we have time. We basically go visit there.
All right.
So,
yeah, I got to Traverse City, but that one right there, I never got out to that lighthouse. But I'm going to warn you, or what's it called? Traverse City, just south of there in that bay, I've stayed there for a week or two as well, and it is very touristy. It's one of the places that I don't think I'll go back to. It was just too crowded. Yeah. Now, I did go on Labor Day weekend or an extended weekend, so it was kind of a party atmosphere. So I might just have a bias against it because I went the wrong time. But it's a very touristy area. We'll just put it that way and leave it at that. On the other side of Michigan, of the there, a little further south, if you scroll south a little bit, this is one of my favorite places in Michigan. It's not on the UP. But where is it at? You see,
here,
I see East Tawas.
Let's
go down by the Thumb, right? And it's north of the Thumb on the other side. It's called Tawas City, and there's
Tawas
you can
City
see right there. And if you can see there, just east of there's a little Cape Cod like finger that has a state park at the very end of it, and there's a lighthouse there. There's a dog park on the beach. See that green? Yep, right there. That has been my absolute favorite state park I've ever stayed at so far. And one of the primary reasons is Pippa was right at home. She was, for whatever reason, she felt very comfortable staying at that state park. And it's got a lot of trails. You can, if you like watching people do crazy things like kite surfing. I remember there were a lot of kite surfers out there at Tawas Point. So that's one I probably will try to get back to myself personally, just because I enjoyed it so much. But it's not a big tourist trap. It's a nice little relaxing, out of the way type place. So
yeah, well, that's cool. I've got it. So over here.
Yep.
I'm just trying to zoom in here. That's interesting. Let's there. Come on, give me the lighthouse. I'm trying to get it there at the trip. There, got it. And let's see the route, recalculate.
And that one's probably quite a ways out of your way, though. That's one of the things with it.
Yeah, but if I mean, you think 2 weeks they would have a whole bunch of time, but I still work full time, so it's not like it's 2 weeks of sightseeing.
And it goes quick. You know what? That is a perfect place when I'm planning, or if I ever get to planning my trip out there, I might stay there one of the weeks that I have to work, just because I remember I got a good signal. It's not an overly noisy place, and you've got stuff like when you get off work for the day, you can easily go into town. You can go to the lighthouse. You can go to the beach right there, where it's not like you need an hour to get somewhere.
Yeah.
So it is kind of a nice while you're working type place to be parked. So
cool. And then, of course, once we have that all organized, then we look at boondockers welcome in the area.
Yep.
Where can we stay in that area that is free? And so there's one here. Oh, less than 25 feet. Really? Look at all that space. Less than 25 feet. So let's here, if you're not familiar with, we'll put 30 feet because with the basket we're now like 28 feet. So unfortunately, so slide outs allowed, pets allowed are definitely required. So there we go. And so where's Tawa City's right there. Yep. There's a boondockers welcome here. Good for 5 nights. It looks pretty nice. Let's see what it looks like. 1 parking spot up to 5 night. Same day request. Yes. All right.
And that looks like it's really close to the lake too. So that would probably be an awesome one.
Yeah. So that is cool. And they've got electric hookups if it starts to get cold. They have Wi-Fi in case there's too many trees for the Starlink. We can stay there up to 5 days. And I think that's what I'm going to be looking for now, because I don't think our movements are going to be that planned ahead just with work. One day my calendar could be fully open, and by 10 o'clock it's now full today and tomorrow, and there was nothing there before. So it's going to be interesting to try to keep everything straight between personal and work.
So it sounds like Carol's a native. Carol, if you had one or two places maybe that isn't as well known on the Upper Peninsula, what would be ones that you would be recommending? Because she's saying, Michigan's so well known for the lake, so everybody stays on the lakes. But she's saying you got to stay on a river too.
Yeah, so just kind of plug here, Rob and Jan. Jane Bray has a boondockers welcome property just as you get off the ferry in Nanaimo. They're heading over to Vancouver Island right now. Okay, so let's go through the chat. Yes, the falls are beautiful. Awesome. I think that's going to have to be a must-see. Sleeping Bear Dunes. Oh, that's interesting.
I haven't been there, but I've been recommended it. When I went to Traverse City, we were talking about Traverse City, which is the overly touristy place I was saying. Sleeping Bear Dunes, I believe, is just about 45 minutes west of there. And I have heard from some native Michiganders that that's actually a better place to go than Traverse City.
Okay, there we go. I'll put the wanna go and check that out some more. There we go. See, it's right there now. There's a green flag there now.
Yep.
Oh, come on. Got to get it just right. It's there. It's just Google Maps is funny that way. Cool. Well, that's another spot. Let's see what else we have. Jane Bray messaged me. Gmail noted on. Okay, so it looks like we made a connection here.
Very cool.
Yeah, Rob and Jan, you'll love that property. It's amazing, and they even have 30 amp service if you want it. So very cool. You guys are going just a little earlier than we did last year, and hopefully the rains will stay off and you'll have a good time on Vancouver Island before the rains come. Okay, what do we have here? Whitefish Point for bird watchers. Okay, Whitefish Point.
That was the one with the shipwreck museum. It's one and the same.
Okay, got it. Oh man, I think we're gonna have to make that trip.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. It's just off the main road, so I think that's why it gets missed by some people. Taquaminen Falls and Shipwreck Museum. Those are the two things out there, but it's about the only two things out there. Make sure you've got groceries before you go out.
Oh, that's never a problem, Nate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you guys got that big fridge, so
we got a fridge, we got coolers. It's like we will have a lot. We'll be, we got a big pantry in here. basically for us, food is just stopping and getting fresh produce, on a regular basis.
Yep.
But we carry a lot of food.
Well, the funny thing, one of the things about the Upper Peninsula that hit me, well, two things. Is it was very hard for me to get a cell connection. So for work and school, that was difficult for me. And the prices of things are higher because they've got to ship everything up to kind of that. It's kind of out there to ship everything. But I would compare the prices there to the prices you have here in Regina in Canada. So it probably won't be a shock to you at all. It'll just be what you're used to. Yeah.
Paradise. Yeah, paradise. Cab. I'm just catching up on the chat here.
Oh, not a problem.
Michigan is an awesome state. We just drove through back in 2012. We were on our way back home from Ottawa, heading back to Regina, and we hit the U.S. side and we hit the northern Michigan, and we absolutely fell in love with it. Mm-hmm. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it's like in a dream world, I would have a place up on the UP for like the summer months, and then maybe in the desert for the winter months. I'd be a happy camper at that point.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? Let's see. What's that called? Greenfield Village.
Henry Ford Museum. I'm wondering if that's more in Detroit. Also next.
Looks like it. Here it is.
Yeah, you're in the metro there.
Yeah. I'll still put it, it's like it's a recommended place to go. It'll really depend on it. I'll just definitely. I don't think we're not going that far south, unfortunately. So after we're done with Lake of Dreams, where is Lake of Dreams?
Right there in the middle. That blue dot. You've got a marker on it. It's the blue one.
Okay, why? This one. This one. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So from Lake of Dreams, we're actually heading over to Sarnia and crossing at Sarnia.
Yep.
And then you can see there's pins over here, and we're going to hug the lake this way over to Barrie, and then we're going to take this Highway 60, kind of meander towards Ottawa. So we're going to avoid the metropolitan areas. We're going to go in the bush this way.
Gotcha.
And we're going to spend a couple of days with family. I got a brother and his whole brood of kids and grandkids in Ottawa. And then I've got another brother in Montreal and basically a very good friend in Montreal. So we're going to spend a couple of days visiting him. And after that, we're going to be literally racing to go to Cape Breton Island to catch the turning of the leaves in mid-October. So then once we get to Cape Breton and do PEI, then there is no more schedule. Now, at that point, it's going to be more weather related. And if we decide to make some tracks, then I'll see about getting some time off at work so we can get a couple of travel days to really just get further south and try to kind of catch the good weather and just kind of follow the leaves down. So that somebody was saying that was kind of their bucket list trip, was to start in Sudbury at the start of the turning of the leaves in kind of September, and then go all the way to the East Coast and then follow them down south along the Appalachians.
Appalachians, something like that.
Yeah.
I've never actually been to the Appalachian Mountains. I need to still get out there. I've seen them from the sky. That's it.
I'm just going through the chat.
And
Ron Darrow. Hello, Ron. How are you doing? This is the time where you can tell us where to go.
You're getting your 5-minute warning from Kenny.
There you go. Thank you, Kenny. And so we're going to go raid Captain Jack. So while if somebody wants to put the link to Captain Jack's live right after us, I still don't know how to do that, where we end one event and then it automatically swings you to
Oh,
another.
the redirect. Well, he would have to actually go in manually and include you, give you a special permission to do it. So if he hasn't set it up, you can't do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to coordinate that.
Well, this is really
Little
cool.
Pissy Mike, he's saying you got to do the bridge fries in Sarnia. I keep hearing about those.
Yeah, I mean, I used to live in Sarnia, and I think they were there back in the day. You know, I lived in Sarnia from 89 to 91, something like that, or 88, 89. Yeah, it's been a while. I hated Sarnia because you didn't really get a proper winter. You know, it would snow and then melt, and it would snow and then melt. And I was an avid cross-country skier, so I didn't quite love the place.
I was about to say most people wouldn't complain about that, but I can see why. Yeah, you wanted the snow to stay. That's a great point, Carol. Yeah, you gotta stop somewhere and get in a kayak for a day. There's so many lakes. You have plenty of opportunities, but yeah, you can't leave.
I will be right back. I got dogs crying to go out.
All right. Well, I will entertain the people. See what we're gonna say. We've got 3 minutes left, maybe 2 and some odd change before we go raid Captain Jack Scrapper. He's gonna say ahoy, I'm sure, over there. And yeah, if you guys have any last minute ideas for Michigan,
Nate
for
froze.
Under chat.
Okay, so let's do that, and we're gonna remove that. Maybe that'll help. There, you're back. So I stopped sharing my screen. It's probably taking too much bandwidth.
It could be my connection too. I don't. We're very far north in Canada for this wedding today, so.
Yeah, awesome. So let's see, 2 minutes. We can. Oh, the other dog's at our door crying. All right, so let's see. We've never used Boondockers Welcome. Is there a cost for that one? Yes, there is. It's part of also Harvest Host bought Boondockers Welcome. So you have to get Harvest Host first, and then Boondockers Welcome is an add-on. So it's starting to get a little pricey, but we use it all the time. We don't pay for camping. At least we try to avoid it. We try to stay free wherever we go. There'd be special circumstance like going to the island, taking the ferry. You know, I could see stay in the campground, and then our stuff is secure, and just kind of walking over or taking something, getting a ride over to the ferry. So, but I think you could probably make a connection, Rob and Jan, with Jane Bray directly and see what they can do. Lil Pissy Willie Mike.
While I'm thinking of it, I want to make one more point to you. If you go to Mackinac Island, make sure you pack a lunch unless you want to spend a whole lot on lunch and dinner and food, because the rest, like I said, there's a lot of money over there. So restaurants and whatnot are expensive. So if you want to avoid that cost, bring your food with you.
Awesome. So thank you so much, Sue. That's a lot of great info. Definitely going to be coming back to this stream and checking everything out. Yes, iOverlander it's our fallback. If we cannot find a Boondockers Welcome, iOverlander is our second choice. And you know, and if all else fails, you know, we just try to find a spot, and if not, then we'll check in somewhere. Last resort is a truck stop or a Walmart, or you know, we'd rather go to museums and churches and things like that. It's a little quieter. I can't seem to get caught up on the chat. So if I didn't get to your chat, okay. So, wow. What?
Yeah, you're pulling up pretty old comments there. So I think you're going to at least 15 minutes ago, I almost think.
Oh, wow. Geez. Badge is here. Geez, everybody needs one. Of course, everybody. Hello from New York. Woohoo. Right on. I hope that's New York State. Well, thank you, Badge. That is awesome, Badge and L. Hope your travels went well. Wow, I am froze up. Yes, I know. The Starlink is not always ideal for live streams because the upload speed isn't always great. So we have we have the raid to Captain Jack, so we should do that. We're done. We're past the hour. And Nate, it was awesome. If you have other spots, if you want to be a guest again, and we to another location, then we should do that.
Absolutely.
But I'm not quite sure what I need to put on here. I've got too many screens, but I'll see if this one works, and we'll catch you next Friday or Saturday. Thanks again, Nate.
Or good day.